war. All I know is shoot. All I want is more, but I got some things to do. I'm a dog of war. Hell's what I've been through. I'm a dog of war. I did it all for you. I'm a soldier, I'm a warrior. Got a emblem on my cover. And ask me what I did for ya. I put the trash deep down under. Yeah, I'm a dog of war. Hell's what I've been through. I'm a dog of war. I did it all for you, yeah.
Took some time in the place, man, I just needed some space. Saw the pain show in my face and my heart starts to race. Band of brothers.
Oh, brother, please let us know for last thoughts, our listeners live and on podcast.
All right, we know that I do joke quite often about my attempted escapes from the psych ward, but in all seriousness, the psych ward gang is seriously my idea of representing the military. Representing mental health in the military community. So if you happen to run into any type of mental health crisis or emergency, do not be ashamed nor afraid to dial 988, press option 1. Again, just as I had to do when I was in a moment of crisis, do not be ashamed nor afraid to dial the digits 988. Then press option 1 if you find yourself in a similar mental health crisis. Hello and welcome to the WarDawg Trail podcast. This is episode 73, and today I have a great guest for you who is known in the 2A gun community. But before I get to him, let's go over a few announcements. the day. Ladies and gentlemen, bring to you Average Gun Guy. AGG, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, brother. Thanks for having me.
All right, right on, right on. I'm glad you could join us and we're able to take time out of your schedule.
Had to return the favor. I had you on with me last week, so I had to return the favor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely appreciate it. And I had a great time on your show. With you and Drizzo, I had a very great time. It was a great show.
Yes, sir. It was definitely a good show.
I hadn't talked about some of those things from the war in years, so it was good to be able to share it with somebody that actually gave a damn to want to hear it.
Indeed, indeed. And I went back to listen even after the show, man, because you know while you're in the show, you don't get to hear it as good. Man,
Right.
it was a great show. Great stuff.
Right,
Great stuff.
Right. All right. Now, you are a force in the 2A game, especially in my eyes. You're a big force, all right, to me. Now, if you don't mind, talk to us about your military background.
Sure, brothers and sisters out there. I have a former Air Force. Won't pretend to be like a combat person, even though I was in combat communications. I was in what's called a 93rd CSS communication squadron here in Warner Robins, Georgia, is where I was stationed at. We worked on an aircraft called the J-Stars. So we worked very closely with our Army buddies, because they had the satellites that were on they had the radars that were on the ground to utilize our satellites in the aircraft. So we worked hand in hand. So it was an interesting time period of my life. I actually had a lot of scholarships. I was an athlete in high school, but I was also a high school father. So when I joined the military, it wasn't because I felt a sense of duty or honor. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. When I joined the military, is because I was a high school father, and I wanted a better way out of my current situations. My daughter's mother at that time and myself, we lived in an environment that was heavily gang infested. So these scholarships, they wanted to give scholarships where they said they'll give me like $250 a month allowance. I couldn't get jobs. I had to study the playbooks and work. It was like against some type of rules or something for the scholarship. So I had to weigh my options up. And I figured the best thing for me to do as a father, as a young man, would be to follow the path of my father, the man who raised me. He didn't birth me, but he's a man who raised me. He's a Marine. He joined the Marines, and I saw that he was able to take care of me and my mother and my siblings doing that. So I said, hey, maybe this is a good route for me. So when I joined the Air Force, that was my motto. That was my motive behind it. However, once I arrived, based upon my competitive spirit, my just the nature of who I am, I'm a go-getter. So once I arrived, they made me what's called an element leader. When you arrive to boot camp, they made me what's called an element leader. And after my time being an element leader, there was another element leader there that was, I don't want to mention the gentleman's name, but he was another airman who was getting in a lot of confrontations with other airmen. Me and this airman got into a confrontation as well, because I was looking out for some people that were in my element that he was having an issue with. The drill sergeant removed him, removed the dorm chief, which was the head of all the element leaders, and made me the dorm chief, made me the element leader. So right away I got thrusted into a leadership role, took it very serious. When you go to boot camp or in the military, you do training every day. You do PT every day. You're going to be involved with military education. With us, we went to like a big movie theater quite often and watched a lot of military history, a lot of war reels, maybe should I say. And it definitely pumped me up. It hyped me up. Like by the time I was ready to leave boot camp, I was ready to do combat and go to war if that were the case. However, that wasn't my role. That wasn't what I signed up for. I signed up that my MOS was I I can't even think of the terms. It's been so long, but I was a computer operator was my role. And I picked that role because I thought, hey, this would be good for me to get a job outside of the military. I was thinking forward in the future. I was thinking all these different things. However, it was a combat communication role, so it wasn't your typical working with computers. We did things that was in a combat role and in a combat mission. So that was my entrance into the military. After boot camp, guys, I was stationed in Warner Robins, Georgia. And I worked on an aircraft called JSTARS, stands for Joint Surveillance Target and Radar System. So that was me. That's my time. I did a regular 4 years, got out of the military and pursued my music career. So that was the end of the military for me.
All right. Now, if you don't mind, walk us into your eventual love for firearms and how that came about.
Well, while I was in the military, I did leave that out as well. When you do qualify for your M16 or N4 or whatever weapons we qualified for, I qualified as a marksman. So that was the beginning for me. I said, hey, I could shoot pretty damn good. Growing up in the environment that I grew up and lived in, we shot guns quite often, but not on gun ranges or not under safe conditions. So once I joined the military, I was like, hey, this is a whole new world for me. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. After my time in the military, it based upon the way that I grew up and based upon my history with gangs and gang violence and whatnot, I didn't really want to have nothing to do with guns for quite some time. It may sound crazy or strange, but I didn't become a gun enthusiast until about 4 years ago. I took some time away from like just that type of mindset. Even though you say, well, what do you mean? Well, you're not preparing or keeping yourself safe. I was damn sure keeping myself safe, but I didn't have the enthusiasm that I once had as a youth. It came back to me recently, and I'm gonna tell you, it was people like there's a gentleman out here called GHG. He's one of them. He's one. Black Rambo was one. Rambo J was another one. Man, what's the other gentleman's name, man? There's a gentleman that he calls his guns Funky Town Senders, and T Electric, man. Damn, I can't believe I almost forgot my man's name, and that's a good brother right there, man. But it was brothers like that, and it was people like that, channels like that started to inspire me. Even Grand Thumb. I mean, it was a lot of people. It was a lot of people who I was seeing, who I said, hey, you know what? I like this. I like what they're all about. I was considering myself a semi-prepper. So I'm like, these people are on the same mission, on the same path. I didn't realize there was a thing called a two-way gun community on YouTube or a gun tube. I just thought I was stumbling on these videos by accident. Then once I figured it out, I'm like, hey, this is something that I could get behind, I can get interested in, that I have interest in. So let me get into it. So it was about 4 years ago, about 4 to 5 years ago, when I got back into having enthusiasm for guns and gun collection.
All right. Now, you said something that piqued my interest, because I too consider myself somewhat of a prepper or survivalist because of past training and whatnot. Talk to me about why you say you consider yourself a prepper.
Well, and guys, you've got to consider things like this. If something were to happen in our nation with any of our power grids, and we lose electricity, lose energy, all we have to do is study our own history here in our own country. What happened in Katrina when there was no power, when it was a natural disaster? What happened in New York when there was a blackout for weeks? What's going to happen, folks, when there's no grocery store to go to, no gas to go put in your Hondas and your Toyotas or Fords or whatever you got? Chaos is going to ensue, and people are going to become desperate. So to prepare for that to the best way that I possibly can with my means, I'm not a millionaire, but I definitely say you should take steps to be prepared. Some of those things that me and my family do is we have a bunch of seeds. We have a garden in our backyard. We plant crops. We learn how to plant different crops. My fiance is super into herbs, plants, all the natural elements. So we've got cabinets full of jars of herbs and things that we use from nature, in preparation for not being able to go to the grocery store to buy Tylenol or whatever the case may be. It sounds crazy, but we've got it. We've got drinking straws for filtration purposes. We've got health kits. We've got food supply, water supplies. And it's not the food and the water supply. It's not a lot of it. It's just like I say, maybe for 2 months, 2 or 3 months at the most. For my family size, and I have a family of 6, so we got a pretty big family, but that's what we have to last for that amount of time before we have to go out into the elements or go out and about to get things that we would need in a catastrophe type of situation. But prepping can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people, but that's the way that I look at it. That's the way that we are approaching it. We are using what we can to prepare each time we get money or resources to spend on those things. We definitely do. So we're adding stuff to it all the time. If I could turn the room I'm in around right now, I've got stuff all in this room, gas masks, all kinds of stuff in preparation for what could potentially happen.
All right. That's what's up. I love that.
Yes, sir.
I love that mindset. I love that both of you are into it that way. That's the kind of preparation that not many civilians think about.
Indeed.
So
indeed.
The fact that you as a veteran are prepared, I'm proud to know that. I'm proud to hear that. That's what's up. Seriously.
Yes, sir.
Now,
yes, sir. My father's big
talk
into
to
it
us
as well.
about when you entered. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Marine, right?
Yes, sir. My father, that's a Marine. He's big into this as well. He's one who's been telling me for years, man, you got to start stacking your ammo. You got to start doing this, doing that. He's in Florida, and he's been doing it down there in Florida for quite some time. So I was sleeping on it. Thinking a lot of different things that just weren't accurate. Once I got my mind right and figured out, you got to take care of yourself out here. There's nobody that's ever going to come to save you. You are your own savior. Save yourself first, then you can think about even saving other people. So got to be prepared.
That's right. Damn, I love that mindset right there. Save yourself first, then you can take care of the others. I like that. I really like that. Can you talk to us about when you entered the space as a 2A online gun influencer?
Indeed.
When did you start your YouTube channel, or when did you start posting?
Yeah, it was about a year ago. Maybe it was in the middle of last year. I said, man, let me start a channel. I'm into real estate. I coach people all over the country and all over the world how to buy property, sell property without using their own money or credit. And I own a virtual assistant company as well. So I spent a lot of time doing that and having social media attached to that. So I said, you know what? Let me do something for fun that I love and enjoy. And not that I don't love and enjoy making, doing business and making money, but this is something that I truly have fun doing. Like, I don't mind carving out time on my day to jump on and speak with a brother like, Sergeant WarDawg, like we got right here. I can't express how lucky people are to be able to make a living out of doing things that they truly enjoy. So that's what I did. I started a channel, and it's been growing. It's been growing, guys. I've been reaching out to sponsors. Sponsors have been reaching out to me, or people who are potential sponsors, gun manufacturers, gear manufacturers, ammunition companies. All those type of different people I've been reaching out to, and they've been reaching out to me, and we've been establishing relationships, and it's been fun, man. I've been meeting great people again, like Sergeant WarDawg, T-Funk, all these people out here I've been meeting, Armed in Black. There's so many. I don't want to not name some, to leave out any. I don't want to leave out any. T Electric, excuse me, but I don't want to not name some because I don't want to make sure that I'm not missing out on some. But man, it's so many out here that are inspiring and that are, you know, doing things that I'm like, man, look at these brothers, man, got 100,000 subscribers, making money off of just making videos and talking about guns, man. What could be better off of that?
Right on. Right on. I totally understand. I totally agree with you, bro. It's a unique position to try to be in. And I have to admit, I'm trying to enter the space as well, but maybe not so much from just the gun perspective. I want to enter more like as a hunter or as more of an outdoors type of guy if I can. So it's amazing to see us both striving to become a part of the online community that's already out there. And I'm telling you, I think we're both going to do well at it. I think you give us time, you look at us this time next year or 2 years from now, I think we're going to be excelling at it, bro. How do you feel?
I'm with you 100%. And the fact that you are a hunter and that you're into hunting, brother, I've got a great connection that I'm going to connect you with, you know, once we disconnect off of here on how you can get you a nice thermal scope. Because since you go hunting, it's a thermal scope that records. It records and it's really good for hunting. So I would love to connect you with that company, brother, to see if, you know, that's something that they're willing to do is send you out one of their thermals for you to try out and test on your channel with your folks. But I definitely agree, brother. This time next year, watch out.
Oh, that's what's up. That's exactly how I feel, man. Now, can you go ahead and let everyone know where they can find you online?
Guys, I'm on YouTube at Average Gun Guy. I'm on Instagram, Average Gun Guy. Just Average Gun Guy, not the or nothing like that. Just Average Gun Guy. You can find me on both Instagram and YouTube, guys. And, you know, look out for me, guys. I do gun reviews, product reviews. I have great interviews with brothers like this brother who's interviewing me here today. I have fun with it, man. Like I said, I don't pretend to be super knowledgeable or I don't pretend that I don't know anything. That's why I called it the Average Gun Guy. People are like, man, you ain't average. You know what you're doing, but I don't pretend to be Sergeant WarDawg. I leave that for Sergeant WarDawg. I don't pretend to do things I didn't do or go places where I haven't been. I leave that for people who've done that. I mean, out of respect. So that's why I stay in my lane.
Right on, bro. Right on. Right on. Now, how about the future, bro? What can people expect from Average Gun Guy in the future? What's coming up?
More guns, more collaborations, more reviews, more gear, more, guys. I'm gonna keep this thing going. That's what you guys can expect in the future, to see more and more of my face and more of me out here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing half the time, but hey, I'm just having fun doing it.
All right. That's how it's supposed to be, man. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 73 of the WarDawg Trail. We have 2A gun influencer, Average Gun Guy. Do you have any last words you want to say to the people, to the viewers and listeners?
Sure, man. First of all, thank you for having me on, brother, and thank you for allowing me to share my brief story with your audience. But folks out here, this is something I want to share with you as far as motivation and mindset. Your mindset is most important. Before you go into anything or approach any task or goal, make sure that your mindset is right. Have a winning mindset. There's no such thing as you're about to try or you're trying. Either we do or we don't. We strive to do things. That's it. We get it done. When you have a goal, do not wait for all the lights between here and your destination, which is your goal, to be green before you go. As soon as that first light turns green, you got to go and have belief and have faith that by the time you get to that next light, you'll have enough cognitive wisdom to be able to determine what you got to do to get to that next light, to get to your ultimate goal. And that's it, guys. Stay safe, stay training, and stay free. That's my parting words to you.
All right. I like that. I like that, boss. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Average Gun Guy on the WarDawg Trail podcast, episode 73. Brother, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show. I want to wish you nothing but the best and tell you salute.
Yeah, salute to you, brother. Salute to you.
All right. All right. You take care now. Have a good one. And thank you again.
You too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. That ends episode 73. Amazing guy, amazing influencer, and also a veteran, an Air Force veteran. All right.
All I know is war. All I know is shoot. All I want is more, but I got some things to do. I'm a dog of war. Hell's what I've been through. I'm a dog of war. I did it all for you. I'm a soldier, I'm a warrior. Got an emblem on my cover. And ask me what I did for ya. I put the trash deep down under. Yeah, I'm a dog of war. Hell's what I've been through. I'm a dog of war. I did it all for you. Yeah.
Took some time in the place, man. I just needed some space. All the pain show in my face, and my heart starts to.
That's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of this radio show is available right after we go off the air tonight, anywhere that you can get your podcast episodes. And thanks for joining us today. I'd like to take a moment to talk about something close to my heart. Military Broadcast Radio is doing incredible work to support our veterans and bring their voices to the world. They rely on your generous donations and your dedicated volunteer hours to make it happen. I encourage you to consider supporting NBR in any way, form that you can. Use this QR code that's attached to the picture, or you can go to our website at mbradio.us. That's Mike Bravo Radio.us to learn more about how you can donate or volunteer even just an hour a week from your home. Help make a difference in the lives of our veterans, because once again, we're all here for you and not for us. We're giving our veterans a voice.